I'm Alan Dale with Gale Force Winds, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of excitement in this room right now here at Central Minex 2024. A lot of good things happening in Newfoundland right now. A lot of people in this conversation, and I can't wait to get your perspective. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Well, my name is Clifford Small. I'm the MP for Coast to Bays-Central-Notre, soon to be known as Central Newfoundland.
Okay.
We've got a name change coming to our riding, but just going to lose a little bit of the romance that's in our current name, but it's going to be the same great #1 riding in Newfoundland and Labrador.
You got a lot of weight on your shoulders, Clifford. You are the voice for the people here, and very important that you're heard. A lot of exciting things happening in this part of the world right now. A lot of exciting things happening in Newfoundland largely. Tell me specifically about this mining sector, why it's so important to you.
Well, right now we've got one of the largest startups being built at Calibre at Valentine Lake, and right on the heels of that, we're going to have newfound golds within a short number of years that'll be producing. This is a very fast-growing mining jurisdiction, and I think it's going to be the top mining jurisdiction in North America within the next 10 years, right here in central Newfoundland. The opportunity is vast, and it's wonderful to have what we have going on here presenting itself to our youth, in fact. And I just spoke with some folks on the other side of the room, and that was one of their biggest concerns, is how can we attract our youth into the mining industry.
You know, Clifford, one thing you said in there that really tweaked me, and that is opportunity. There's opportunity here. I mean, this is the type of an industry and a sector you can raise families off of, right? Huge opportunity. Talk to me about that.
Well, I come from the Bayfort Peninsula. You know, it's a rich history. We had Tilt Cove Mine that opened up in 1864 and operated for around 50 years. The first major mine in Newfoundland and Labrador. And in fact, a few generations back, my family came to Tilt Cove to work because they were heavy timber workers back in England, and when they came here, they came to work in the mining industry. So the DNA in central Newfoundland, it's steeped heavily in the mining industry, and I think the future is much bigger than the past.
Right.
Was. But the thing is, we need to be able to cut some red tape. We need to speed up the permitting process. You know, we're in Canada, right here in Canada right now, it takes an average of 18 years to get a mine up and going. The time in the United States, 40% less.
Right.
Australia is 25% less than Canada's time that it takes to commission a mine from the time the first drill goes in the ground and the discovery's made. So we need to be more competitive on the world stage.
Right.
You know, if we're going to take part in the green revolution, well, we need to fast track mining that supports a conversion to a green economy.
Yeah, I love that approach, Clifford. That's so important to make it an easy path for people to kind of get there, get people to work in this very important sector. You know, the other thing I've noticed here is that there's a real collaboration between industry and academia, all working together to kind of make sure that everybody succeeds here, develop that workforce of tomorrow. People that you met, students that you just met walking around here, right? Develop that workforce. It must be amazing for you as a leader in the community to watch these pieces coming together.
Absolutely. So the big piece is to start in the high schools. Kids need to understand what opportunity in skilled trades looks like, what it could be for them for the future. And in fact, a lot of these kids would love to stay and work in central Newfoundland. Mm-hmm. Stay at home, stay close to their families, and have a great lifestyle. You know, the bright lights is not for everyone. But if that's what's dangled in front of them, that's what they're going to go for. So it's right here in the education system, needs to be reformed. I mean, you look at a country like Austria, for example. I met a young fellow who was 23 years old. At that point in time, he had put together himself, under his own leadership, 18 of those huge Liebherr cranes like you see in a container port. 23 years old. He was a journeyman and had led projects in Argentina, in Saudi Arabia, in China, in Vietnam, and in St. John's, Newfoundland. So, I mean, the young fella, if you took him and his experience and what he had under his belt, to have a Canadian at the same age, at 23, to be a journeyman and to have led all these projects all over the world, well, the guy probably have to be close to 30 years old, you know?
Yeah. Well, we can do that here. We can transform all of this, right?
Absolutely.
It can all be done here. But Calibre, let's talk a little bit about Calibre, new on the block now, coming into the conversation, investing heavily in Newfoundland, but not only interested in just the industry side of it, investing broadly across the community. They understand the importance of sort of that rising tide floating all boats. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, it's great that we've got a corporate citizen like Calibre moving into central Newfoundland to support different community initiatives like the Lionel Kellen Hospice, well, with what was Marathon before, which now taken over by Calibre, and I'm getting the sense that Calibre is going to pick up where Marathon left off, and it's great to have a corporate conscience within the community that gives back. I mean, I'll go back to my own experience growing up on the Bays Peninsula. We had Rambler Mine and we had Advocate Mine. Well, Baysvert had it all. A bowling alley, a curling club, a swimming pool, a soccer pitch, softball field, stadium. It's a lot of stuff to have in a town of 4,000 people.
Right.
But it was there because those mining companies gave back. The town infrastructure was solid because there was a tax base. So it's great to see that Calibre is giving back to the local community, even though their mine is way back in the country, 4 or 5 hours drive back in the country, far away from Grand Falls, Windsor, and from Buckens and Badger. But it's great to see that they're stepping up to the plate and they're keeping the people in mind that they're depending on to grow their business.
Clifford, I want to thank you for being in the conversation, but I'd also like to thank you for your service that you're giving to the communities, to Newfoundland, Labrador, and to our country. We really appreciate it. These kind of things don't happen without a steady hand on the tiller. So thanks for your service, Clifford. We really appreciate you.
And thank you for your service, sir.
No, my pleasure. And look, on behalf of our good friends at Calibre, ball cap for you.
Yeah, you're drafted. What?